Often, when we're embarking on something new, our minds go to the worst case scenario. But what if this is actually the worst that it ever gets? What if this is the worst it ever gets? I know that some of you are probably thinking right now, well, I could think of things a lot worse than my life right now. And I don't mean that your life is as bad as it could ever possibly be. But what if that thing that you've been putting off doing, maybe it's launching a program or doing a podcast. What if it's putting yourself on video? What if it's launching your business to begin with? Our minds tend to go to these worst case scenarios, right? Like, what if nobody listens to it? What if nobody likes what I put out into the universe? What if nobody buys my program? Are any of those outcomes really that bad compared to the regret of not knowing? Compared to waking up one day and realizing that you never went for that thing that you really want. I think that's the worst case scenario. And that's not the worst case scenario that we tend to think about. We tend to dwell on what if people don't like me? What if they mock me? What if I get trolled online? What if I offend somebody? Well, what if you never do it and you never know? What if you wake up one day and you realize that you never achieved that dream inside of you and never let yourself be as great in this life as you could possibly ever be? I think that's the worst it could possibly be. The worst it could possibly be is where you already are right now, but move it like 20 years into the future and add a whole pile of regret to it. I think that's the worst case scenario. I've had conversations with people over the last few days about they wanted to launch a podcast, or they've been putting off doing video in their business, or launching a program, or even starting their business because of fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of all the things that can go wrong. Well, at least you would know. I mean, if you do something like launching a podcast and it completely fails, well, at least you know. And then you would have learned something. You probably would have learned some lessons along the way. And then you'd have an opportunity to do it again or try something different. But at least you would know. I think it's the unknowing that's worse. I think it's the unknowing from that point of view in time when you're looking back and realizing, what if I had done it? It's not the what if, the future what if, that should stop us. It's the what if I do this? And I think the thing that should get us going is the what if I don't? What if I never? What if I'm 90 years old, looking back on my life, realizing I've never had it the way I want it? I think that's the what if that should move us forward. We focus on the wrong what if. We focus on the what if it all goes wrong. Well, what if nothing changes in your life? What then? I think that's the worst case scenario. And what if it goes really well? What if you do it and your life dramatically changes for the good? What if you get everything that you want in your life and so much more? What if you surpass what you dreamed was possible? What if that? So here's my perspective on life, and you can adopt this perspective or you can completely reject it. It's just my view. I think that this reality we're in, this life, this human existence, I think it's a giant playground. I think we're all here to play. And I think we can start playing more fun games in life and enjoying it a whole lot more than we have been. I think we can play better games with each other where we all get to win and have fun and explore. And we get to enjoy this whole human experience through this human nervous system we've been given and these human bodies. And you have this life that you can turn into anything that you want it to be. So why not just throw it all out there and see what you can do? I remember when you were a kid going to the playground. I do. I remember going to the playground and it was like this magical world where anything could happen and we could be anything and do anything. And that playground would transform into rocket ships and the Wizard of Oz and stages. And we would do, like, it was anything we wanted it to be. And we'd play these games that were so much fun. And what if we could just treat the entire world, this whole reality that we're all experiencing, as a big giant playground? And you get to play the games you want to play, and you get to play them well. And maybe you wake up every day and you ask yourself, what game do I want to play today? And how can I do it even better? How can I play this game of life even better than I am right now? So I don't think you should be afraid of stepping forward into your future or going after that big dream that you want. I think fear is a wasted emotion. I think it's a waste of energy. I think it keeps people playing small and insecure and, keeps people away from what it is they really want. But if you're going to fear something, why not fear regret? Why not fear the regret of having never fully lived your life the way you wanted? I think if you're going to fear anything, I think that would be a good one to have. And I'm not saying you should fear it. I think you should just trust in yourself more. Trust that everything's going to work out just fine, because it probably already has. I remember once I can't remember what was going on, but I was complaining to my husband that nothing was working in my favor. And he stopped me and he said, hasn't everything always worked out for you up till now? So what makes you think it won't work out this time? Everything has a way of working itself out. If you have faith in yourself and you move forward and you take action and you do the things like you launch the podcast, you make the videos, you start the business, you do the things that maybe you're afraid of right now. And what would you do if you didn't have that fear? What would you do if you were absolutely fearless? How would your life be different? So whatever that thing is, my challenge to you is just do it. Stop worrying so much, stop taking it so seriously, and just go do that thing that you've been dreaming about, pining for, wanting to do so badly. Just start it. Because I think the worst case scenario is that you end up one day regretting that you didn't do it. Thanks for listening today. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, share it with a friend who maybe needs a little encouragement right now. That would mean the world to me. And if you want to follow me anywhere, follow me on Instagram at Terry Holland, and I'd love to hear from you there. Thanks for listening today. Hope you have a fantastic day, and bye for now.